Therapy Army, welcome to United Real Therapy. How are we doing? How are we doing? How are we doing, people? How are we doing? Big up to every one of you. Like, subscribe. Here we go. Alicia Sinkanova, where have you been? Where have you been, Alicia Sinkanova? We've not seen you. We've not seen you. I know you've been on a giddy train somewhere. Neil Ashton's Red Bull FC. For the trend hype. Let's be having you. Let's have the trend hype, people. Big up. Big up. It's deadline day. It's Nottingham Forest preview. I think we know who we're going to be facing now if we get through tomorrow. Well, we're 3-0 up. We should get through tomorrow. It's it's Newcastle United. Newcastle United. It is. They're through to the final since the 90s. I don't think they've been through to any final since the 90s. So they're through to the final, people. They're through to the final. Yeah, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Smash a like, people. Smash a like, smash a like, smash a like. Get a watch. There you go. Gonna Swindler saying, Shisha Pipe. What's going on, people? What's going on? Big up to you all, man. Big up to you all on tonight's show. What's coming up on tonight's show? On tonight. We're having it. We're having it, people. We're having it tonight. On tonight's show. I told everybody that Man United needed to move. I've been talking about it for a long, long time. That Man United needed to move and get themselves a midfield player. I think Man United could have got 2 midfield players. But it is what it is. So, obviously, we're doing the Forest versus Man United Forest preview. We're going to be looking at the winners and losers on the deadline day. And then we're going to be talking about Erikson is out till the end of the season. Carroll is a disgrace. And then Sabitzer, I thought he was linked to Chelsea, so I made up the thing earlier. But it looks like Sabitzer is Manchester United player. Well, if the paperwork gets completed, he will be a Manchester United player. He is in money. He's in Manchester and he's having it. He's in Manchester and he's having it. He's having his medical as we speak right now. He's at Carrington. So it will be what it will be. It will be what it will be. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting, people. Very interesting about the winners and losers. Pick up the winners and losers of the transfer. On the transfer market, the winners and losers on the transfer, people, on the absolute transfer, the winners and the losers. We're going to be looking at those. But I'm just taking a photo for social media. But big up Therapy Army. Let's be having you. It's deadline day, January. Loads of deals. Looks like Arsenal have won. Well, Chelsea bought a lot of players. I don't know if Enzo's gone through yet. But yeah. Next hours, but we're going to get into Forest. So Newcastle are through to a cup final for the first time since the 90s. I think 99. I don't think they've ever been through to any 99. Bruno Gomes was sent off at the 82nd minute for a horrible tackle, but he will be fine for the final. He misses a couple of games in the Premier League, 3 league games, and he'll be fine for the final. So not to worry. Be happy, all those Geordies out there. Be happy. But yeah, Manchester United. Some bit of good news on the injury front, so we can have a look. In terms of tomorrow, Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest. So we can go. Sancho Martial returned to the Man United squad for Wednesday's Carroll Cup final in the second leg against Forest at Old Trafford. England international Sancho, who's been missing for a long time for physical and mental health issues, isn't it? Martial suffered an injury against Man City 14th of January. United beat Forest 3-0 in the first leg. Those were without midfielder Christian Erikson, who's out for the season. McTominay is absent, Reading with a small problem, and he will miss out again. So he was injured. There was no sickness, he was injured. United have not won a trophy since lifting the Europa League since 2017. Man United views all in one place, right? There we go. Nottingham Forest last reached the League Cup final in 1992, losing to United at Wembley. Forest manager Steve said his semi-final is a huge stage. Morgan Gibbs-White set to miss out after sustaining an ankle injury in the first leg. while fellow midfielder Jack Colback and Ryan Yates are in doubt. Loney's Dean Henderson and Chris Woods are eligible to play, so they are. So Chris Wood and Dean Henderson are. The winners will play Newcastle. Yeah, that's the story, people. That's the story. What's the story? Morning glory. What's the story? Man like Aaron Pondo need to do a professional top. Newcastle lost their first last cup against us in '99. Yes, they did. That was the last time. Secret scouts reported Enzo was a done deal. There you go. Enzo was a done deal. Kayla Navas to Forest. How's that possible? Wow, Navas to Forest. Big up, man, if they can get him. He's a good player. Brilliant player for Sevilla. If the Navas is the same player that I'm thinking about. But big up everybody. Newcastle won't be easy. They're underestimating them. Will not be easy. People are underestimating. Of course they are. I told them when we played them in the Premier League, I said to everybody, they have arrived. Newcastle have arrived. They're not coming. They have arrived. Do you want to beat the Mouthy Magpies and humble them for the EFL Cup, even though the Mickey Mouse Trophy? Well, it is what it is, innit? A lot of the fans want it. I'm happy for the fans if we win it, but for me, it's not. I'm not going to be sat on that final nervous and going sick if we lose that final. I'm not honestly, because I don't care about that trophy. I don't. You asked me, I don't care about that trophy. I don't count it as a trophy for me. FA Cup for me is a trophy. The Premier League is and the Champions League is. That's what I am. Big up, Nurdin. Almost feels like McTominay is sent to military camp like Sancho and co. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Siak to it, PSG. Happy for Siak. Gumeras natural preferred comes in long term. Would you prefer Locatelli instead? Now I like Gumeras, I do like Gumeras, but I doubt it that we're going to be able to get him off Newcastle. I very much doubt that. He's a guy that we would have bought if Man United were a proper football club. But yeah, we're going to come into the Sabitzer signing. We'll come into that. But yeah, what you guys thinking tomorrow? Obviously, just to go back, just to update some of you who might have missed it. Their best player in the first game is out. Morgan Gibbs-White set to miss out after sustaining an ankle injury in the first leg, while fellow midfielders Jack Colback and Ryan Yates are in doubt. These are like proper players, but apparently they've signed a couple of other players today, so it's going to be interesting. But smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel even if you already subscribe, people. There we go. Nuruddin, the Caribou, I agree, but we need to win some trophy. Yeah, it might be good for Ten Hag and some of the young players and maybe some of the players, but for me personally, I want Man United to be in the Champions League final. I want Man United to be in the FA Cup final regularly. I want Man United to be contesting for that league title. That's what me want. That's what I want. What I want. That's what I want. You see, I'm a bit greedy. Keylor Navas, Real Madrid keeper. Oh, Keylor Navas. Oh, sorry. I thought it was the Navas, the winger from Sevilla. Ah, okay. Oh, wow. The former Real Madrid. Wow. That's amazing. By the way, he's ineligible to play anyway. Dean Henderson can play tomorrow. He can play. He was injured last games, but Loney's, Dean Henderson, and Chris Wood are eligible to play, so they can play. So it'd be interesting. But Morgan Gibbs-White absolutely bodied Casemiro in that game, in that first game. So very interesting. Very interesting. So big up to you all. Big up to you also. They've got nothing to lose. If they score one goal, Man United need to get an early goal, put the game, get the tie to bed, and then hopefully they'll make some substitutions, and then we can rest players for Saturday against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace. The Palace game. Crystal Palace. Yeah. Palace versus Man United. That's the next game. So let me just actually tell you our next couple of games. Let me just tell you. Let me tell you, people. Let me tell you. Let me tell you who we play, people. Who we play in the next 7 games are intense. 7 games, 7 intense games in February. We're having it. So we play Nottingham Forest tomorrow. Saturday at 3 o'clock. Wow. There's a rare 3 o'clock kickoff on a Saturday, eh? We're having it other than 8 o'clock kickoff. Madness. So we play on Saturday. We play against Crystal Palace at 3 o'clock. And then on Wednesday, next Wednesday, we're at home and we're playing Leeds United. And then on the Sunday, we are doing a reverse fixture. We're playing Leeds on the Sunday at 2 o'clock. And then we play Barcelona on that Thursday. Thursday at 5 away. I think it's 5:40. It's nearly 6 o'clock it is. And then we play Leicester on the Sunday. So Thursday, Sunday. And then we're back to Barcelona at the we're back to Barcelona at Old Trafford, and it's the 8 o'clock Manchester United versus Barcelona on the 23rd. I think that weekend, then the 26th on the Sunday, I think we're supposed to play Brentford, but I think that might be the League Cup final. If some of you correct me, please, that might be the League Cup final. And then we will play them West Ham on the Wednesday, which is the 1st of March. Wednesday, the 4th of March, the 1st of March. West Ham in the FA Cup at home at Wednesday night. And then we go to Liverpool on the 5th of March. So we might have 4 days in between playing West Ham in the FA Cup and playing Liverpool away, which is the 5th of March. So there's an update, people. There is an update. But please smash a like on the video, people. Yeah, smash a like on the video. And say to Chelsea Millions Madness. Wow, is it done? Is it done, Logan? Is it done? Is the Enzo done? It's a done deal. Done dada deal. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. Is it done deal or what? Is it done deal, Enzo Fernandez? For me, it's crazy. Enzo deal done. Oh, okay. Big up Alien Tenno, man, like Alien Tenno. Brentford game will be cancelled. Yeah, 100%. Because I know that weekend, innit? It's the cup, it's the final, yeah. I just wanted to double check that. Big up Alien Tenno, yeah. The Brentford game was on the 26th. That'll be the day when would be Bastards, I didn't want Chelsea to get Enzo. Well, it is done. For me, it's ridiculous. He's not worth 120 million euros. He's not. At the most, he's worth 60 million. That's in English pounds sterling. That's how much he's worth. So for me, I wouldn't want Man United to pay that amount of money for that player, me personally. That's just me. Shoot me. But that's just me. You want to shoot me? I said that's just me. You know what I mean? Big up to every one of you. Every one of you. Can you imagine if Enzo doesn't work out? If Mudryk doesn't work out? Oh my God. Todd. Splash the cash. Bowley. You know what I mean? Remember the Harry Anfield? I've got a lot of cash. I've got the cash. Just the cash. I'm telling you, Bowley Cash Bowley will be getting it. I'm telling you, if they don't work out. And so it's 40 million. Yeah. Like I'm saying to you, 50, 60 million. 60 million with add-ons. He's a young player, of course, but it's crazy. Fair play to Chelsea. We have fair play rules for Chelsea. Well, they're getting people on the big, long contracts, innit? So they're paying it over 8 years. That's what they're doing. They're doing it for the spreadsheet, innit? So they can go around. That's how you go around the loans. Louser money. That's it. Louser money. Smash the cash. Louser money, Bowley. Listen, you robbing my line, innit? I said that the other night. What are you doing, you? Of course. But I'm quite disappointed. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm quite disappointed. Some of you call me negative, whatever you want. Man United, we're gonna get more players injured in the next 7 games. It's just the way football is. It's just the way football is, people. And Man United should have got another player. Big up, Irfan. How you doing, Irf?
All good, all good.
Yeah.
Mm.
You've seen the Giddy FC, innit? Some of the fan base are so easy to police, Irfan. The way that teams are signing players right, left, and centre. Man United need another player just for the squad. You know what I mean? For the squad. So
I say we need three. We need three players already. Not one, not two. We need three.
3 players. Yeah. But now it takes one player, and then everybody's happy in it. Everybody like, yeah. The hype. I mean, I don't know he's done yet.
But Nuruddin, you come on. You're being a bit harsh on the fans there.
I'm not being harsh, but I'm not being harsh. They just get easily policed by these.
Yeah, but Nuruddin, we normally wouldn't have got anyone. No,
Irfan, I knew you had to get one. Irfan, I knew there was no way Erik ten Hag would allow this. No way would he allow this.
No, Nuruddin.
No, trust me. Man United were always going to sign a player in January.
Wait. All right. Let's just go back to what you just said.
Whether the guy got injured or not, they had to.
Yeah, well, let's just go back to what you said. Repeat what you just said about Ten Hag. Ten Hag, what?
I said Ten Hag is a serious guy. All the hard work he's done, he's not going to let it crumble, and he understands that midfield is a very important area of the football pitch.
You think our previous managers didn't understand that we needed players? Yeah.
Irfan, Ten Hag came out. Listen to me. Ten Hag came out. He came out. Tom, I've sent you the link. Jump on. Ten Hag came out for the game before the Reading. Sorry, the press conference. You know, the press conference before the wedding, the match press conference, the pre-match before we played Reading, and he basically said it's up to the club. But if it was him, he's getting players in. He didn't say one player. He said players. He said players. He didn't say one player.
But Nuruddin, what you say it still doesn't make any sense to me. What you're saying.
And then today, and then the press conference today, he was coming out going, "Oh, we've got the players," and I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, is he disappointed or does he know something that we don't? And obviously, he wanted Sabitzer to join in the summer, and now he's going back in for him. But I don't know. I just remember Sabitzer from Red Bull, RP Leipzig, Red Bull days, right? Yeah. And he was a fantastic player for them when he played in midfield. But I've not been watching Bayern Munich this season, so I don't know what's happened.
He's not got many games for Bayern. He's not played much for Bayern this season because Goretzka and Kimmich ahead of him. But
Goretzka was one of the players that United were linked with as well.
Yeah,
alone.
Yeah, but he's not going to. He wasn't going to. Goretzka's like he's one of the most loved players in Germany.
Apparently, Irfan, his agents offered him to United.
I'd be surprised if that was the case.
Yeah. That's what apparently happened.
I'd be surprised.
Big up, Tom.
The fans are giddy because, like I said, Nuruddin, we don't expect to get players with 1 day to go in the window. That's just not Man United. And everyone was saying, all the established journals, Neil Ashton FC, Samuel Lucas was saying, no, we're not going to get him when United's business is done.
Irfan, they don't know what we know. They don't know that Man United, no way was he ever going to go into this last competitions. These with the Premier League still fighting for top 4, doing that, still battling for the FA Cup, League Cup. If we win the game tomorrow or draw, we're through to the final.
I don't understand.
No way was he going to go, listen to me, with Scott McTominay off form and now injured as well, and then Erikson injured. No way were Man United not going to go. Listen, Irfan, one thing
I don't understand what you're saying. I do not understand your logic.
I'm going to explain to you. One thing you know about Man United, if a player gets injured or one player is injured, and it's that, by the way, Erikson, by the way, he's not going to come back in May and April. He's out for the season. Erikson's done out here. It's done. Where he come back. No. So when Pogba was injured, McTominay was injured, what did they do? They went and bought Bruno. This is a loan. Man United, they understand when they have to act. But welcome, Tom. How you doing?
Yeah, evening, guys. How we doing?
Easy, Tom. Easy.
Yeah. So looks like I won this bet. Man United did go and get a player.
I still don't understand your logic, Nuruddin.
No, the logic at all. I just explained to you, but you don't want to understand.
No, I'm trying to understand.
United have injuries in midfield, like they did. We bought Bruno. We were not going to buy Bruno till the summer. We bought him because Pogba got injured and McTominay was injured.
So wait a second. All right, so you're saying that John Murta...
No. Erik ten Hag, this is not about Murta. This is not about Murta or Richard Arnold or the Glazers. This is a loan, and Erik ten Hag has put his fucking foot down and said,
Let me be honest, guys. Let's be honest. Let's be honest and let's be real, right? From what we've looked and we can analyze it from windows to windows.
Hang on, let Tom speak. Hold on, go on,
let's analyze it from windows to windows. When we were looking for a centre forward and Drolle, on deadline day, we ended up with Igalo in a January window. Take the Igalo, you can see why we got it because we needed somebody at the time. Verkhorst, you can see why he's got him and the profile of striker he's gone for in that regard because we don't have that option. A physical presence who can hold up the ball, link people into play, a target man sort of profile. We don't have that at the moment in time. And you can't rely on Martial for the end of the season. So they had to get somebody as an attacking option. They had to. And they couldn't get the João Felix deal. Cody Gakpo, there was no money to buy a player. So that was already off the table. And I'll guarantee you now, that is not a player that John Murtough has scouted or scoured the networks because he would not have been watching the Dutch, the Dutch league when he was playing there, Burnley. He would not have even been watching him at Besiktas when he was on loan. Yeah. He wouldn't have even known who this guy was until Ten Hag has put him on the table to him. Yeah. Same thing with Sabitzer, for example. He was a player that was looked at in the summer. They couldn't see a viable option how to get him out of Bayern, given he'd only just recently joined them, and he was Julian Nagelsmann's boy, who he brought from Leipzig as well, because he wanted to bring Konrad Lamar from there as well, which they're looking likely to do. But you brought this in now, where you've got him on loan for the end of the season. He's a Ten Hag sort of profile player, and at the end of the day, I look at it from the basis of, do I think these players have been signed off and these are John Murtough's great scouting network? No. He was scouting players like Marko Arnautovic, similar to the liking of that we went for from Oidin Igalo a couple of seasons ago. The same sort of profile. But a new manager's come in. He said, I want the control over this. I don't want the club to be on autopilot and you take the gears from me whenever I need a break or whatever. I want complete control. I want to be the main captain of the whole ship. That's what Ten Hag's come in and his team have come in and done. He's brought so many people from the Ajax, team that he's used over there. He's brought a scout with him anyway, all the way from Ajax, who's scouted these players for years. Sabitzer, well-oiled sort of, tank of a midfielder. He can play 2 full matches without breaking a sweat. These are the sort of things that I've heard anyway about Sabitzer. The player that was at RB Leipzig was arguably the best box-to-box midfielder in the Bundesliga. Arguably. If you classify it maybe outside of Bayern Munich's midfielders, and then he's went and joined the best club in Germany anyway in Bayern Munich. So at the end of the day, but when there's Kimmich and Goretzka there, I'm not surprised if he doesn't, fire the league apart. A Conteform has made 24 appearances. I don't know how. Maybe they've had injuries or something. But at the end of the day, he's Julian Nagelsmann's boy and he's let him go. I think if they could have got Gravenberch, because Ten Hag knew Gravenberch a lot better than he will have known Sabitzer, I think they would have probably gone down that route. But they didn't want to loan a young player out who they've only just bought from the summer. Sabitzer was one that they could have let go because they still had options that could have easily covered for them in midfield. Like I just said, Gravenberch's a player that can cover for Kimmich or Goretzka. But Sabitzer, to be fair, to say it's last minute, I don't honestly think it's a bad signing. He's plugged this deal out from nowhere.
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying, why I always saying to Nuruddin is I don't get it. And I can ask you the same question. You're actually saying to me that Ten Hag has got more power than the previous managers in terms of
I think he has more power now because I don't think it was when he was appointed, that was not John Murtough's choice. They were forced to give Ten Hag the job because of the press that they had gotten. They look at sort of data analysis. They look at how fans react to things. They're the PR experts. When people saw the blow up that they had with Arnautovic, they completely bottled the deal.
Yeah, they ran away from the deal.
Yeah, same thing with Rabiot. When they heard the things with his mother and things like that, and that got leaked to the press and everything, they bottled the deal and they butchered it and they ran away. And at the end of the day, then they've gone in for players like Sabitzer, for example. And I look at Ten Hag and I think he's come into this job and he's had everything go for him. So there must be some sort of power that he has. If you have the power to get rid of arguably one of the greatest players to ever play the game in Cristiano Ronaldo like that, and everybody's going to turn a blind eye to it, you must have some major control because he's the main commercial signing for our football club. He was the moneymaker that was making all of these millions of extra pounds for the Glazer family. And to get rid of him like that, and you take away that commercial asset that you have, that shows that it's more about sporting and about the team than it is about making money. And the reason why I'm saying that is because these guys are out. There's no more money to be made. That's why they won't have cared if Ronaldo stayed or gone. It's probably better that he's gone. They don't have to pay him 500 grand a week, £2 million a month or whatever. Like you know, scraping at the barrel. But like I say with the Sabitzer deal, it makes sense for the timing that we've done it for. It's cover to the end of the season for Erikson. You never know, he might come in and he might be a better player than what Erikson has been. As far as I know, he can play anywhere in midfield. Attacking midfield, box to box, defensive. I would personally think he's a better box to box midfielder.
He even
I think
left
he adds the balance.
He played
Yeah,
left back.
yeah. Plays left back. He's good with both feet.
I'm not doubting anything you're saying. I'm just trying to get into my own head, and this is why I disagree with Nuruddin, is that you're saying that this is different with Ten Hag. Ten Hag has got the power to say, right, Ronaldo, you're disrupting my team. It's out. See you later. Right?
Yeah.
It's Erikson, out for the season. I'm getting a play. I don't give a crap what you guys say. I'm trying to get my brain around this new way of behaving. Yeah. And obviously, we might be getting new owners in a couple of months' time. I'm just trying to get into my system that he has got some power because
the thing is though, Irfan, I don't honestly think a lot of them, and I'll even put Ten Hag in this case. I think when he came in, I don't think he knew what he was getting himself in for at the start of the season. Because those first two games were a harsh reality check. Yeah. And after those first two games, he thought, right, this Frankie de Jong deal ain't coming along. Pull out of it, and we'll go and get somebody who's experienced. Right, you've got to go and chuck a load of money at Casemiro and get him out of Madrid. They went and did it. They got the player that he wanted. They said, right, we need to go and get a marketable right winger. I've got a player that I like at Ajax. Go and get me Anthony. If you can't get Anthony and you don't want to pay the price, go and get me Cody Gakpo. They went and got the money for Anthony and they stumped it up and they got the player that he wanted. Martinez exactly the same. They asked for Jurrien Timber. He couldn't get his first option initially, which was Jurrien Timber. He thought, right, so where do we go now, Eric? We've hit a stone wall because the player didn't want to leave because he might not make the World Cup squad. Right, go for go next door and go for his partner, Sandro Martinez. Bring him in. He's probably been one of the best players in the team and one of the best signings. So Ten Hag has some sort of control over this club. And he's the fabric that's keeping it all together. Because I'm not seeing as many people... Like, we used to hear it was like a monthly feature. John Murtough had to do some sort of interview or some sort of engagement to showcase what he's actually doing with his job. And, all right, we're operating in a more modern day way. The finances, the revenues are coming in, this, that, the other. It's all gone quiet all of a sudden. It's not because it's just a January window, but there's nothing to talk about. There's no money there. You're not making any money because the club's sinking financially. The revenues aren't there to buy anybody because if the revenues were there, we'd have been chasing this Casado bid that was potentially happening. We'd have been chasing permanent midfielders, not loan options like a Sabitzer. You might have gone for Sabitzer permanently rather than try and get him on a loan. But the basis around it all that I would go down the path of is if Ten Hag's got some sort of control and the fact he's keeping it, mainly the fabric together of it all, Murtough, Richard Arnold and all these guys, I don't know what they do. I just think they sit in their office and drink fucking coffee. And that's all the basis and the substance. But Ten Hag is plucking these players and it's not so much about who they are or what they've done in the past. Because every player that he's purchased so far or that he's brought in, he's had a plan for. That's the one thing that I've looked at. He's got a plan for every player, and I think it's smart, and it's not what we've been used to before. That's why I think, such as yourself here, fan, we're looking at it and we're surprised, we're shocked. I'll be real and honest. I knew that we needed at least one midfielder coming in this, if not two, coming out of today. We've managed to get the one. We got to lunchtime. I was thinking, right, I don't believe Man United could do a deal in 24 hours, never mind 12 hours or 10 hours or however long it can take, 11 hours. I don't believe it's possible. You have about 1 o'clock. Oh, they're interested in Sabitzer. But as soon as you hear Chelsea are interested, Nuruddin, you even put the tweet on. When Chelsea's interested, mate, you might as well forget it. Because the way Todd Bowley waves around that magic money wand, playing Monopoly.
Loads of money, loads of cash.
But listen, Chelsea
From
fans,
London,
listen.
mate,
We'll get on it. We'll get on it away with Chelsea fans. It ain't gonna last long, lads. It ain't gonna last long. Trust me.
Listen, at the end of the day, the people who gave him the 2 billion to invest, or the billion to invest, 1 billion on players.
Yeah, with the bank, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah, they're gonna need that return. So we'll see soon in it, but we'll see. So basically, just to explain it to you, Erik ten Hag was warned about the Glazers. Van Gaal actually called him to have a meeting with him to break it down for him.
Okay.
Van Gaal is on record. He is on record. Everybody was telling him, Manchester United, this is what they do to the managers. They've done it to Moyes, to Van Gaal, to Mourinho, to Ole. This is what he was told. He then said himself, when he got the job, it's like, yes, I spoke to Van Gaal about the club, where the club is, how they operate. And then, if you remember the reports, he actually went to them and said, this is how we're going to sort it out. He actually interviewed them.
Interview Arnold and Merton and all the rest of them.
Yes, Ten Hag interviewed them.
They didn't ask the questions about what are your plans. He told them his plans. They met him in Amsterdam.
They flew to Amsterdam in May, and he actually interviewed them, saying, these are the things, this is what I want to change. I want to bring this. So this is not a guy, Irfan. Yes, of course, when you're in it, it's never going to be how you imagine it. And every manager is being bent over by Man United. They back you for a window, then they back off for the next window. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? But all I know is that when there's injuries, Man United do act. And obviously, they're not going to pay any players for these money. These are loans. I want to just explain to people, loans are the most uncomplicated, easiest deals ever done on transfer. That's why tonight, there are more loans done than any other flipping big money transfers. Big money transfer, you have to get the lawyers to look over the fine details. It could take hours. The medicals is more intense in terms of the medical. It's a full medical. While on the other hand, for a loan deal, for example, Man United will get him to do a Sabitzer to do tonight. I think they've already done the medical. A friend of mine just texted me earlier and said that he's had his medical. The medical's done. Right? Doctors were already at Carrington. He flew over. The medical's done. But the medical is not as intense as if the money's being exchanged, Irfan. Because what they're going to be looking at is the data. His science, his personal science data from his test and everything that he's undergoing in Bayern Munich. And you know Bayern Munich are thorough. They're absolutely thorough. So they would have said, can you give us the data, please? So the doctors, can we share it with our doctors and physios and stuff like that? And that's what they would have looked at. So that is out of your head, people. Loans can be done in the last half an hour, last hour. Loans is very easy. As long as you've got the paperwork sorted, loan is straight away, boom, there you go. It's one of the easiest. So it's not complicated, and it's not. So that's 101. 101 of loans, right? And then Erik ten Hag comes here, and he's basically thinking, hey, I've done this. They've looked at social media as well, obviously, where the Glazers out's been trending for the past couple of nights, right? Glazers out because we knew that injuries were going to come. We've played 3 games already, Irfan. The 4th game starts tomorrow night. We're playing another 6 games before it's over, before February's over. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
3 days a week until we actually play second leg of Barcelona, and then we play the cup final, and then we play Liverpool, and then we've got 4 days. I think. 4 days between the cup final and Liverpool, and in between that we're playing Barcelona on the Thursdays. So Erik ten Hag, to me, it was a really interesting, because I compare body language and I compare what is coming out of his words. Erik ten Hag is not the type of guy to throw around words. He doesn't waste words. He's direct and to the point. That's what Dutch people are. I've got Dutch friends. Trust me, they're direct. Like the Germans, they're very direct and to the point. They don't hang around, go around houses. They don't do any of that. He's honest. And when he said the other night, again before the Reading game, he said, Irfan, he specifically said before the Reading game, he said, I want players. Man United have to take every opportunity to get players. And he said the first time ever he separated himself, Irfan, separated himself from the club and the board. He said, it's not up to me. It's up to the board and the club. It's up to the club. So for the first time ever, Erik ten Hag makes a distinct, comes out in clear, plain English, direct language, communicates and said, well, it's not up to me. It's not only up to me. He said, well, I want players. I want to sign players. And he said, if a club like Man United have to always want to improve, if we want to take Man United back to where we belong, we always have to look at every opportunity. And he said that. So when he said that, I told everybody about it. That question, I was live. I did the second part live. Second part of the interview that went to the embargoed section. I did it live, and we talked about it on here. And he talked about Maguire. He talked about all these things. But that stood out to me. So when Erik ten Hag says that, they're going to be thinking, damn, they're going to look at fans like us. We look at everything he says. He's not a guy who's going to tell you lies, and strap. But today, the way he came out, he was back in the club. He came out today and said, well, we'll have to sort it out the midfield. I'm like, what's changed? What's changed? Friday till today. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So what's changed in the past 4 days? He must have been the player he said they went and got, and that's Sabitzer. Now, Sabitzer, he wanted to sign him in the summer. He's one of the players that he wanted to sign. But like Tom explained, they were never going to let him go. He just went and signed Bayern Munich. He is actually somebody who likes
right.
Man
He said he's Nagelsmann's man. He was,
Nagelsmann. He's his man.
But if you listen to the interview, when we played them, RB Leipzig, when we played them on an empty stadium during a lockdown.
I remember, yeah.
He was like, you know what, I only ever see this ever saw this stadium on television. I'm so happy to be here. What an amazing stadium. So he's a guy that kept an eye on Man United. Now, let's break down the player, people. The player for me is very competitive. Now, when I say combative, I mean competitive, all-action footballer. Both two-footed. I'm not judging him on what he's been done in the 24 games he's been involved at Bayern Munich. I only watched one game, I think, I was against Dortmund, and I think he might have been on the bench. But I'm judging him when he played, when he was the captain, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure he was the captain at IP Leipzig. That's what I'm judging him. He was, yeah. Both feet can smash a pass. We've got two guys who can't even pass the ball with 1 foot. That's McTominay and Fred. Yeah. So you've got a guy, right? You've got a guy, right, who can pass the ball with both feet.
It's like bilingual,
right, right? So he could do 30-yarder airfan on somebody's toe or 40-yarder on the right foot.
Oh yeah, I know this narrative. I know about the player. I knew about this guy.
So this guy can carry the ball. He's tenacious, competitive. He's from the IP Leipzig school, the Ralf Rangnick way of playing, where he's not a player who stands still. He can play in different positions. He's amazing on a transition, winning the ball up the pitch high. He's also really good on a defensive transition when Man United have to defend deeper. He's somebody who's going to chase people. He's somebody who's going to fight people, hustle of the ball people. Now, he's never kicked the ball in the Premier League. Fact, this is the German league, yes, but he was doing it in a Champions League. He was doing it. So at the end of the day, this is the type of player we're getting. He's a very intelligent footballer, Irfan. He used to play, actually, on the IB Leipzig. He used to play. I remember him playing as a right winger. And then people compare him to Beckham back in the day. I remember that, because he had the hair or whatever. And then sometimes you play on the left because he was both-footed. And at one time, at RB Leipzig, on the night, he was a striker. When they had the striker injured, the Yusuf guy, the Danish guy, when he was injured, he played as a striker, like as a false nine. So he's a very intelligent footballer. But at Bayern Munich this season already, on the Nagelsmann, he played left back. One game he played left back. He's a very utility, all action, all competitive. And I'm sure he's the Austrian captain, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is, yeah.
Oh, no, he's not. David Alaba, isn't he?
Yeah, but...
I know Alaba is, yeah.
Right. But if I'm not mistaken, he is one of their biggest...
I think he was the captain at Leipzig, if I'm not mistaken.
And to me, I don't know what's happened, but he was happy to come. And Chelsea were interested in case Chelsea needed a backup plan. And that's what I thought.
Yeah, if they didn't get
Fernandes wasn't going to deal, was not going to go through. They would have gone for him. And I put the tweet out and I said, if Man United and Chelsea are going for a player. I've seen this movie before. I've seen this movie. Forget about it. And the reason why I'm saying that, because Pedro, there is a previous. Most people don't remember. Pedro was coming to Man United. He was signing. Everything was done. Coming to Man United. On the Van Gaal. Coming. Boom, boom. Last day, Chelsea. Sweeping. Boom. Next minute, the flight, instead of landing in Manchester, it lands in London. Done deal. Sorted. So that's what's happened. So the player that we're getting, guys, is very competitive. His injury record, I've looked at his injury record. His injury is that a shoulder problem. He's had a couple of like calf problems. He gets muscular injury because he's quite compact and quite strong. Like he's got that low sense of gravity.
Yeah, he's like built. Yeah,
he's quite built. He's a bit of a tree trunk in that sense, but physically really fit. So in terms of what he can offer us, the quicker he can adapt to the way we play in, right? Especially Man United on a transition. Defensively, he'll offer us a lot more. Right? Is he of Erikson's quality? Because Erikson has had 7 assists this season in the Premier League for Man United. 7. That is only behind Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
Only Kevin De Bruyne has set up more goals than Erikson. So even though
that's not crazy. It's crazy.
Even though at 55 minutes we all go, "Oh my God, what is he doing? He can't keep up with anybody. He can't track anybody. He's lost for words." Casemiro shouting at him, getting back in position when we're under pressure. But majority of it, his passing is incredible. What I like about Sabitzer is that Sabitzer can give you short and long. He can actually play some of the passes that Erikson can play with both feet, 30 yards on the angle out wide. The thing about it is that what he's better than in Erikson is defensively and on the transition. Winning the ball up high, knowing in the zones to press, because the pressing monster that is Ralf Rangnick, this guy went to that school. If you look at all RP Leipzig, whether it is, they all play, the Red Bull teams all play the same way, Evan. They all press. They all play similar way. So he's one of those kids. He's at the perfect age, at the age of 28. So this guy, if he settles in, and that's if he settles in, I can imagine if he settles in and does well, we might buy him in the summer.
Me too.
I think it's up for conversation.
I thought it was mainly box to box. I thought he was mainly number 8. This guy, that's his favorite position, number 8.
He is, but he can also play as a number 6. Pick up the ball from the defenders. So he's the kind of guy, if he settles in, if Casemiro gets injured, we won't be too worried in defensively because he can actually defend their fan. He slide tackles people. He'll chase people because he's got
Let me just give some context, though. Let's just give some context. For example, we saw what happened with Erikson with the Saka goal against Arsenal, where he couldn't stay tight to him in the game at all. You put Sabitzer in that game, it's a completely different ball game. Because he will be mobile enough, and he, like you just said, he's low sense of gravity, and the way that he can just shift his body because he's bilingual in terms of his feet, he can shift from left to right easily because he's confident on either or feet. He's basically a 2-footed kind of player. He's not a one-trick pony in many cases. He shifts to the right when Saka tries to bend the ball in. He gets a toe to it, and it probably goes out for a throw-in. These are what I'm talking about in terms of the versatility and the sort of margins that he can give you. But like you guys have just said, where if the conversation's up for in the summer to buy him, and I'll be real and honest, I don't think I would pay more than 50 million, considering we've only had him for 6 months, and he's not exactly hit the fire light at Bayern. If I'm honest, I wouldn't probably pay more than 50 million, even if he does exceptionally well. I probably wouldn't go any more than 50 million because the market out there, you can get somebody. If you like you say, if we have new owners in the summer who are going to bring in proper negotiators, you can negotiate a deal for a player similar to Sabitzer for less than 50 million pounds out in Europe.
Yeah,
there's Amrabat, there's loads of players out there.
Yeah, Barcelona tried it, by the way. Barcelona tried loan for Amrabat from Fiorentina.
But they weren't prepared for the because they weren't wanting obligation to buy, was they?
And Fiorentina went, thank you, but no thank you. Big up Alien Tunnel.
They wanted to buy him or loan him. Amrabat. They wanted to buy him or loan him.
They wanted to get him on loan with obligation to. But Fiorentina wanted obligation. They wanted option. Barcelona,
cheeky, absolutely cheeky. Massive Moroccan community in Barcelona, by the way. Right. Big up. I feel sorry for Erikson missing the final. Listen, he's missing the season. Alien Tenno. Big up Super Chat. Big up Khalees. Khalees Ramadan Lassie. Sabitzer deal is expected to be a straight. Yeah, it is a straight all no option to buy. Of course it is. No option to buy. Yeah, it's no option to buy. Big up Tom. Come back if you can. Earth. So this is where we're at. But Irfan, we're gonna come to anything to say about Sabitzer? What the games you watch for IP Leipzig? Did you watch him in the Champions League?
I mean, I've seen a few. I mean, when I heard about it this morning, I just started reading up and stuff. And everyone who doesn't support Man United that I know, just people that I know, they said, you got a better player than Erikson. You got a guy who can give more than what Erikson gives you at the moment. And Erikson's obviously, he's slightly past his peak, but like you said, he's been productive. Like I said, you get 7 assists this season. But this guy is a warrior. This guy has got an engine that's unbelievable. This guy will run all day long. And this guy scores free kicks. Like he said, they said that Bruno will take the free kick. So this guy will be the free kick taker. This guy is a warrior, and he's hardwired to win. But it's been difficult for Bayern because he's got Goretzka and Kimmich before him. So, but Nagelsmann loved the guy. Nagelsmann wouldn't take the job unless they got Sabitzer with him. So I know that much about him, but I know that we wanted him. I remember people talking about him last year. Before got the job. I remember it was mentioned, and so I was just the reason I'm saying to you, I was doubting it because I didn't think we'd ever get a player like this. I'm shocked, to tell you the truth. I'm still in shock that we're going to get a player like this. I'm shocked, because to me, he's the perfect Man United player, absolutely perfect. So I'm still sort of taking it in to wonder, wow, this is such good news. And
so also the thing what you don't.
I was going to say
it's also the Scott McTominay injury, Irfan, because Scott McTominay apparently was illness, now is an injury. So when you got 2 midfielders out injured, and one of them is for the season, Man United have to act. I was actually expecting another midfielder to come, and apparently Anwar, Yusuf Anwar.
Hussein Anwar, Hussein Anwar,
Anwar. But apparently that's not happening. So we don't expect them to get 2 deals done. We expected one, and that's what they've done. But that's what it is. But Irfan, I wanted to ask you. So here we go. Big up Khalees Ramadan Lassie, United Real Therapy editor. Big up. Wow, crazy. Enzo Fernandez was signed for Chelsea until 2031. The reason why that is, Khalees, is how they go around financial fair play. They
by paying a little by little,
So the deal, everybody's like, wow, they signed him for this. If he does well for them, that's what will happen. Erik Ten Hag on Andy Carroll's tackle on Christian Erikson. I'm disappointed about that. I think football has to set limits, restrictions to protect players. What football wants is the best players to be available on the pitch. No, 100%. Khalees, listen, can you get here we go. Big up Khalees. Khalees is getting a couple of things. Alex Tuambedi had him to Stoke City for the miracle. He's set to be a straight loan until the end of the season. Well, if I'm not mistaken, isn't he supposed to run out? Isn't his deal run out till the end of the season? I don't know. Maybe maybe they took the 1-year optional on him. Glazers and the rest of those fools like to be bent over managers, but the table have been turned. Ten Hag has got these donkeys bent over instead. Yeah, we would like to think so, 100%. Big up.
Let's hope that's true, Natalie. Let's hope that's true, Natalie. Let's hope.
Man United needs an owner like Todd Bowley with unlimited. Listen, no.
We definitely don't.
You know why? You know what? We've done this before. This is what Woodward used to do, but he's doing it more than that because he's got $1 billion to spend.
Yeah,
he's got $1 billion to spend.
What I don't understand, Nuruddin, but surely they can't spend all this money with Potter in charge. Surely they can't. Surely they must be getting a new manager. They've got to be. Are they going to spend all this money and keep him in charge? Are you serious?
It's crazy. Bruno Gamache, yeah, of course he won't miss it. Saeed got a bit giddy. Put the tweet out saying that he's going to miss. No, he's not. He's going to miss the Liverpool game, the Bournemouth game, and some of the other games. So yeah, he's going to miss it as long as Premier League games before the final. He's going to miss the 3 league games before the final. But anyway, Bruno Gamache, yeah, he will not miss. Big up Khalees Ramadan Lassie. Khalees, do you have got any more quotes from Erik Ten Hag, the embargoed section that's come out at 10:30? Have you got any more embargo section? Marcel Sabitzer's pace, power, close control,
Ward-Prowse free kick-esque, high octane pressing, defensive,
injury-free Owen Hargreaves. Well, we'll see.
Basically, he's saying is an injury-free Owen Hargreaves. Yeah.
Ten Hag on Rasatino Martins can cover in midfield. He did it before for Ajax. This is also one thing that me as a manager, what's he saying? Lissandro Martinez can cover in midfield. Also, that's what Ten Hag's in. Ten Hag whether as a manager, you have the creativity in certain situations. When other departments, you have players who can't be starting X players. What does that mean?
Starting 11 play, starting 11 it means, yeah.
So
It says, look, it says you can't be creative in certain situations. It says you have to be creative in certain situations when in other departments you have players who can't be in your starting 11.
Oh, okay.
That's what it's saying. Yeah.
So he's basically saying he's open to that, even though he came out and said last time when he was at Ajax, he said Martinez is never going to play midfield again. He doesn't have the lungs. That's what he said.
Well, look, hang on. He's finished. He's got more to say here. Look.
Yeah. Because I can only play one player in that position. Maybe we can move the departments and be creative to form the team. Yeah. So he's basically saying he's open to it, even though he's on record, he's on video saying he will never play in midfield because he hasn't got the engine.
Yeah.
Big up Jarvis. Jarvis is Sabitzer is the perfect player on paper, but he worries me that he hasn't played regular football in a long time. So we have to rely on Fred in the next 4 or 5. No, he's played 24 games. He's been involved in 24 games this season for Bayern Munich, bro. Unless there's something else that I don't know.
That's a lot, Nurin. That's a lot. That's not someone who's been sat on the bench, no.
Yeah. But he carries, at least I have loads of games to play, Jarvis. Yeah. But he's been involved in 24 games. Now, how many has he started? How many did he come on for 5 minutes, 10 minutes? We don't know. Scott McTominay is out for weeks with a muscular injury. See, I told you. When people are like, nah, ACL, I was like, he's injured. He's injured. So that's why, Irfan. That's the reason why they bought players. Because Erikson's out for the season and this guy's out. So that's why they have to. And he's sick of returning people back. But the good news is, guys, is that Manchester United in tomorrow, apparently who's back is Sancho will be in the squad tomorrow, and Martial will also be in the squad. But it is what it is. Mickey, I thought we were going to sign 2 years ago under Oli, but he chose Bayern. Glad we finally have him. He's really good player. We could probably get him if he played for 25.
We'll probably get it for 25, 30 million.
Maybe, because he's only got 2 years left on his contract. We will miss Erikson's set pieces ability, the tempo. 100% on the pitch. I like Erikson equalizing, Bruno rushing, wasting 100%.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, and that's the balance there. But on 55 minutes, Jarvis, I don't miss that Erikson. When it comes to 55 minutes, 60 minutes, he becomes a liability.
He's finished. He's finished.
Eric tonight on signings, we have to think: does he match our policy? Does he match our strategy? And
the phase we're in.
Yeah. So so he was talking about it. He said a bit more about it. Big up Khalees Romidin Lassie Ten Hag. We have the perfect chance to go to Wembley and bring the trophy in, and therefore we have to focus to gather the energy. Yeah. So there we go.
Well, it's going to be interesting.
Breaking news. Matt Doherty's contract at Tottenham has officially been terminated, and now will officially join Atletico Madrid on a permanent deal. Wow. Matt Doherty, well, he's going to learn how to defend up there, because wait till he gets hold of him. Simeone. Erikson out on a strength team tomorrow. I think we're in a momentum. We have to keep the process going for the momentum. So we want to develop the team further, and tomorrow make the next step.
What does that mean to you? What he's just said?
Basically, he's going to say he's going to play the big players. I think he's
going to play a strong team. That's what he's going to do.
Sub them off. I think that's what he's going to do. I think Erikson is out now for the coming part of the season. Then also Scott McTominay is not available, and I also think in the coming week, 2 weeks, or even maybe longer. See, I told you, people. I was saying that on my match reaction the other night when I come back. Ten Hag, I said it from day one. Where there's opportunities in the market, we have to do them. That's also true. For every hour we have still the opportunities, we have to act. That's what I'm saying to you. Look, he's telling you. He's not saying like Oli or Jose, I'll go with what I've got. None of this. Even only Jose Mourinho came out after he didn't get anybody. But Jose, for a year and a half, was covering for the Glazers. This guy's telling you, we need every hour there's an opportunity. We need to act. Erik ten Hag, it's difficult. Everyone around football knows the last day is not likely to bring the right player in, but looks like he's done it. He's done it because he likes this player. Ten Hag, you can probably have a player, but it has to be the right player who can have an impact. Otherwise, it's better to leave it. No, I understand that 100%. If you don't think the player contribute as a coach, if you don't think that the player's attributes can go in hand with the way you play, then there's no point getting them. Big up Khalees Romani Lassie, Chief Editor, Journalist, United Real Therapy. Eric Ten Hag, if there's an opportunity, it's my job to tell the club, look, Irfan, look, this is why you were arguing with me. This puts your argument to bed. This is what I was trying to tell you when you were rudely interrupting me before. Let me read it out.
No, I wasn't. No, no, no,
Let me read it out for you. Let me read it out.
No, I wasn't. Let me explain. I said to you, I was skeptical about this procedure. That's what I was.
Let me read it out for you. I just said to you, without seeing any of these comments, Eric Ten Hag would have been telling them, get me fucking players because I need players. If I want to have the season I'm having. So Eric Ten Hag is here. He said this last night, by the way. There was no way I would have known this, what he said. Vindicated again. Forget Mr. Structure, Mr. Vindicator. Smash a like on the video, people. Eric Ten Hag, if there are opportunities, it's my job to tell the club. But it's about them. So it's about the financial framework, what's acceptable, what's reasonable, and what is not. And then he goes here. What do we need to fulfill our ambition? And always follow that. That's
we always have to follow that.
Yeah. So he's always and he's telling them, I'm telling you, this guy interviewed them. He interviewed them. Muppet Murto and Richard Arnold, he interviewed them. He's the guy that Van Gaal, listen, one Van Gaal calls you out of the blue for a meeting, for a dinner, and says to you, this is how they treated me. Are you sure you want to go there? And he said to Van Gaal, well, they treated you like that, but he said, I'm going there with my eyes open. Look at the first interviews. He said, I'm going there with my eyes open. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But it is what it is. I want to talk to you now, Irfan, about the winners and losers of this transfer. The winners and losers of this transfer. Because I'm going to show you something. It is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Big up Yamika. Thank you for Khalees Romani Lassie, Chief Editor, United Real Therapy. Make sure, people, you're following Khalees on Twitter. If you want any politics, any football, anything about culture, travel, Khalees is your man. So make sure you're giving them a follow. Those of you who don't know, let me just go back to there, actually, the comments. Let me go back to the comments 1 second. Khalees Romani Lassie, people. This is Khalees's thing. It is Khalees Romani Lassie, and just put at Khalees Romani Lassie.
And Khalees Romani Lassie. Khalees
Romani Lassie. So make sure you follow him, people. Because if you have any tips on travel, I think he's got Instagram. He shares that a lot. Smash a like on the video, people. But Irfan, let's get back to this. This is the most staggering thing. They've signed him. This guy was signed for 10 million last summer for Benfica. From the team.
From River Plate,
And now 105 million. But when it's, to be fair, spread over 10 years to what? So now
8 years. 8 years.
8 years. Yeah, 8 years. To 31.
So you can call it like, hang on, 12 years. Yeah, it's about 13 years. 13 million a year.
13 million a year. So that's what they're signing for. So
like that,
to be fair, that makes sense. But Irfan is still staggering. For me, he's worth 60 million. Yeah. He's not worth double that. He's almost double that. It's crazy. It's crazy. And Chelsea have spent altogether, Irfan, in one season, 550 million. Let me remind you guys back to how much he spent, Ibrahimovic, to be fair. He spent something like, in the first 2 transfers, he spent almost 600, I think 3 transfers. He spent 600 million, if I'm not mistaken, in 3 transfers. So this is what we're getting, people. This is what's happening. This is, and Yamika goes like that. Big up Nuruddin Tom. He says, the transfer market has been madness in the dunya. Dunya means the world, people. Those of you.
Dunya means the world. Dunya is the word for world.
I think is a perfect player for Eric Ten Hag's system.
Yeah.
And playing style. Yeah, I think
he is. He is. He really is. He is.
I think so. It says, but big up Agostino as well. Agostino, my brother. He said we needed 3 signings before Donny Erikson got injured. Now our fans are doing backflips over 1 loan signing, and most of our fans have never seen him play. I love our fan base. Interesting observations, bro. Interesting observations. But this is madness, Irfan. So, by the way, please remind me who of Arsenal signed. So Arsenal
Jorginho.
They've signed Trossard and the guy called Warrico. If I'm not
I don't know the other one is. I don't know the other one is.
Khalees, can you let me know who this other player that they've signed? So they've made. I said it on here. It would have been a travesty if the board and the Arsenal owner would not have backed the guy when he's top of the league. No way. So all of them apparently are their own. All of those 3 players were the second choice players because they wanted Casado. Casado didn't happen. And then they said they wanted Mudryk guy, and Mudryk did not happen. Yeah. I really like this player. I really, really like him. And I got excited. I thought, wow, can we get him as well? Can we really get him as well?
Which guy, Nerdin? Which guy?
He plays. Remind me who he plays for. Does he play for Werder Bremen or does he play for Frankfurt? What he plays for this team?
What, this guy Daichi Kamada? Yeah.
Yeah, Kamada. Yeah, Daichi Kamada. Yeah.
Let's have a look.
So who does he remind me the teams he plays for? But it's a brilliant player. I got excited actually. I would have been really excited if we could have gone Frankfurt. Yeah, he plays for Frankfurt. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Japanese guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the Polish defender. That's it. So they signed Trossard. So they've.
Look, I'm
not gonna lie to you. You know what? I'm not gonna lie to Stephen Kramer. I said it as well at the time. I said get Georgie. I said it's what I said. No word of a lie. There's a video of me saying this. Arsenal need a midfield player, a defense player, and somebody who's forward, who's a goal scorer. And they've ticked all those. Yeah, Jacob Warrer, this is the start the guy they signed. But the Kamada kid, he's a good player, Irfan. Very, very underrated player for me. You know what I mean? Very underrated player. Yeah, he's a striker. He scored the goals, Irfan, that took them to the Europa League final when they won the Europa League. Eintracht Frankfurt. They beat Rangers in the final. Do you remember?
Yeah. I watched that final. I watched it.
Yeah, he played in the World Cup. I think he was carrying an injury, so he came on for some games. But yeah, he was carrying. He's born in 96, so he's 26 years old. 96 he was born. Wow.
26, yeah.
Yeah. So it's been a very, very good transfer window for me, for Arsenal. But here comes Zayn.
No, it's consolidation.
Listen, he goes, we've got the Italian Vieira plus Trossard. Have fun with Workhorse, Casado, Declan Rice will join the new Premier League champions in the summer. So you're gonna get 2 defensive midfielders. That's crazy. How does that finish? So you're gonna have Partey, Casado, Declan Rice. Who's gonna play? Are you gonna have 3 defensive midfielders?
No. He's saying to us, we have fun with Weghorst, Caicedo, and they're gonna get Declan Rice in the summer when the Premier League champions.
Oh, Caicedo. Oh, okay. Is that what he's saying? Okay. Yeah. You're gonna get Declan. You know what? I'm happy to take Caicedo, but not for that money. No way. I'm not paying anywhere. At the most, I'll pay is 50 to 60 million. I'm never paying 70 or 80. And I'm telling you now, if new owners come, I say don't pay the money. Don't. I'm not about you playing for CDMs for 80 million. No effing way. Defensive central midfielders. Nah, mate. No. But Zayn, I think the Trossard, I think Jorginho, the Italian Vieira, he's not Vieira. He's more of a passer guy. But we all know Jorginho. He'll have some brilliant games. He's a very experienced player. Has he got the engine to help you the way you play football?
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting to see. But I think you've signed 3 good players. I definitely like Trossard, and I don't know that much about the. I don't claim to know much about the
Polish guy,
the Polish centre half.
Yeah.
Even
though
he
play the World Cup, though. He did play the World Cup, didn't he? Played in the World Cup. He did.
Yeah, but I wasn't paying attention. There we go. Zayn in the house. Breaking news. In the deadline day, he wants a bit of rice with the shisha. That's what Zayn wants in the summer. He wants a bit of shisha and rice. That's what Italian Vieira. That's the funniest thing ever. Him and Vieira could not be unlike any player. You could have said he is the you could have said he's the Italian Fabregas. He's more like a Fabregas in the way that how Fabregas in the later years played from deep, Irfan. Not the young Fabregas. The later years, Fabregas played from deeper position, being a playmaker. That's what he is. He's nothing like Vieira. Nothing like Vieira. Zayn is a closet Man United fan. Yo, we love Zayn. Big up Zayn. Zayn, how's the shisha tonight? So he's definitely winning a World Cup as well. Even though it's 4 years' time, he's gonna win the World Cup. Shamanzi, that's a Shisha Manzi. There we go. That's his new name, innit? That's it. Shisha Manzia. That's what it is. But guys, Irfan, so what do you think about the Chelsea? And then what do you think about what Arsenal have done? Liverpool is a surprise to win, Evan. They've done nothing alone or nothing for 5 months. Liverpool.
Oh, the Liverpool one's quite complex because obviously the legs have gone in midfield and they're now basically a mid-table team. It's just this is a proper sort of crisis to a degree that Klopp's going through, because all them players out has exposed his very weak midfield. I really think it has. I mean, they got beat by Brighton again, and the level is just not there this year. I just really think that the midfield is the weak point. It's just not there.
We have to clap this one, Evan. We have to give him a clap for this one. We have to give him a clap for this one.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Big up Savy Assi. That's a good one. I'll give you that one. CM Assi says, big up for the super chat. He says, Nadim Sahawi, after losing his job as a Conservative German, is joining the United board to advise them on tax. I think the Glazers are already good at tax, because you know what? Yeah. Manchester United, a football club, is registered in the Cayman Islands, if I'm not mistaken. In the Bahamas or the Cayman Islands. That's where Man United are.
And don't forget, people, Nadim Zahawi is the guy that in his expenses, which are paid for by the taxpayer, he charged the public taxpayer in his expenses £6,000 to heat his stables where his horses are. This is how corrupt this guy was. And he still got away with it. That was in 2013. And he lasted another 10 years before he said, oh, by the way, I forgot there was 3 million. It was a careless mistake that I lost. That 3 million was unaccounted for. These guys are so greedy that they would have known if a penny was missing, they would have said, where is my penny gone? So this idea that he didn't know where the 3 million had gone is utter BS. Okay, utter. But thank God this guy's gone, because he was a crook.
Yeah.
Right. So let's go on to Chelsea and Arsenal. Look, Chelsea to me have gone crazy. I don't know what this guy is on, right? But judging how badly they're playing at the moment, right? Didn't they get beat 5-0 today, Nuruddin?
I don't know. It was 5 or something. But
what was the score in the FA Cup?
One game they got smashed. I don't know what it was. I don't know who it was, but they got smashed.
I swear they got battered by Liverpool. City by City, yeah?
Yeah, by City. Did they get beat? Yeah. They got beat by City in FA Cup.
I'm sure, but I'm just saying, I don't understand why they're spending all this kind of money, right? I understand that there's that sort of where you're just trying to monopolize the best players in the world. I understand that buying policy, but this doesn't sound like structured, sensible buying to me at all. This seems like a guy who knows nothing about football. He's got his recruitment. He's been told these are the best players. I don't care how much it costs. I'm going to buy them all. And that's what I'm saying. I just don't get it. I absolutely don't get it. It's just obscene, the kind of money they're spending, but I don't think it's going to change anything for them. I really don't think. I think it's going to be a case of having too many players, joke manager, and
the only thing that if they can get a player to get those players to click, and it's going to take time for the players to settle.
It's got to be the manager. It's got to be the manager, man.
If Enzo Fernandez and Mufc perform, they could have still have a good season. But it's a big if. It's a big if.
Yeah, but even if Joao Felix performs, it could be a good season. But they're way off the pace, Nuruddin. They can't click and watch them.
They're 21 points behind Arsenal.
21 points. Come on, man. Come on. So they're crazy. But let's get on to Arsenal now. Arsenal, I think, have been very shrewd. I think they've been very shrewd. I think they were shrewd when they got Trossard. Now getting this defender. And getting Jorginho, to me, is the cleverest signing. I think that's a very clever, because his stats are very good this year. Like you said, I'm not sure about how he's going to cope with the speed intensity that Arsenal play with, but they've got a seriously experienced midfielder to cover for Partey. They've got it. So they are acting like a team that's going to, they're acting like winners. They're acting like a team that could dominate. It's very, very interesting. I mean, one thing you haven't talked about, Nuruddin, is Cancelo going to Bayern from City. I mean, that was a crazy one, if you ask me. Letting a guy like that go is unbelievable.
He fell out with Pep Guardiola, and he became the fisticuffs Players have to separate him from Pep Guardiola in the training ground.
Wow.
That's what alleged.
Yeah, no, I think it had to be something as big as that for him to have gone, because this guy to me is a top level player, top class player, and for them to let him go, well, I was a bit shocked. I was very shocked, but I knew something major would happen. So I think in the transfer window, Nuruddin, I think Arsenal are the winners. Which is making me think they have a significant chance now of winning the league. I really do, with that transfer window. I hate to say it, but I do think they've got a chance to win now.
100%. Big up Man United, Will. Nuruddin, what do you think about Sabitzer? I really like the player. I really liked him. I wanted him to get us when we had Oli. So I really like the player. I rate him. It's going to be very interesting to see if he settles into the Premier League. If he settles, he's going to be a brilliant player. And Man United fans are going to love him in the stadium.
Yeah, I really think so.
Because he's all action player. Both-footed, technically sound, good on free kicks, good on long shots. He doesn't actually assist. He's not an amazing assister. But he passes the ball to the person.
Nuruddin, he can assist, though. He can assist.
No, he can. But he passes the ball to the winger or to the wide guy, who then puts the ball in for the striker to finish. Do you know what I mean? He's that kind of player. But he's a goal scorer. He's got more goals. He has. Any shots in and anything in and out 20 yards.
He's got an amazing shot. He's got a beautiful shot.
Left foot, right foot. They're gonna go. He's a good finisher. He's a good finisher.
He's highly rated in Europe. Nuruddin, anyone who follows European football, this guy is highly rated football. Anyone who knows anything about football, Sabitzer is highly rated footballer. You know, I think we've got a better player than Erikson to a degree. I think we've got a better player.
Well, we've got somebody younger with a bigger engine, bigger heart, bigger lungs.
Like I said, Nuruddin, you said he won't be a 60 minutes guy. He'll be a 90 minutes guy. At least this guy will.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. There we go. Rumors issued at Man City camp. Diaz and Foden stop Cancelo and Pep fighting, apparently. It's crazy.
Is that because he wasn't picking him? Is that because he wasn't picking him?
Yeah. Erfan, Man City players. Man City fans. He was the best player last season.
Yeah, he was.
He was the best player last season.
He's a deadly footballer. I think I rated him big time. Yeah.
So look, they've got the Canadian guy, the left back, and they've got Cancelo. Yeah. Have they got the two of the best fullbacks in the world at Bayern Munich? Then it's going to be crazy, absolutely crazy. Yeah, absolutely crazy. Stephen Kramer, big up. We're on 150 people watching, and we're 63 likes. That's pathetic, people. Therapy army, come on, let's be having you. Big up, Stephen Kramer. Stephen Kramer says Sabitzer is an upgrade on Erikson. Yeah. Well, if he settles into the Premier League, he will be.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, how do you think how do you think he's going to cope with the speed of the game? How do you think
he's an all-action player, so it shouldn't be too much for him. It's about the time. The biggest thing that players miss, especially players who like to get on the ball, is the amount of time you have on the ball. In the German league, you have the ball a little bit. You're more comfortable on the ball a little bit. But in the Premier League, even the bottom of the league, hurry the hell out of you when you're on the ball. So it's gonna be very interesting. Arsenal will win the league, and it's well deserved. As the real football fan, the champs, they are. They are. Claire says Chelsea City in turmoil, and apparently Bernardo Silva wanted to go to Barcelona, but City stopped him from going. And every transfer market.
Well, say that again, there. Say that about
Bernardo Silva's dreams to play to Barcelona. He wants to play for Barcelona.
Right.
Just a couple of hours ago, Sky Sports posted that Man United were offered Saul and Isco, but they went for Sabitzer. Yeah, 100%. Because to me, Isco is a has-been.
He's finished. Isco's finished. Yeah.
Yeah. So Saul. I would still take Isco because I think there's still a technical player in there. But
there is. Yeah.
Yeah. Haaland has upset Man City. I don't know. Nobody knows. Big up Andrew. Let's be having you, smash a like, people. Let's be having you, therapy. I mean, smash a like, man. He's also good technically. Yeah, he's very good technically. Big up, 100% big up technically. Who else, people? Who else? Spurs have made how many signings? Somebody remind me, how many people have Spurs signed? How many people have Spurs signed? Some people tell me. Spurs signed that Pedro guy from Porto. Is it a Porto or Sporting Lisbon? He's a good player. That's who they signed there, fan. He's a good player. He's certainly a good player.
Which guy is that? Which guy?
The Pedro guy.
I think I'm not up with that one.
Yeah, Pero guy.
So Spurs bought this guy called Pero from where?
From Porto, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pedro Pero, yeah.
Pero, yeah. We were offered, I know, yeah. But to be fair, he's been injury prone. I'm not going to lie to you, Andrew Illis. He's been really injury prone. He's not been playing recently. So I'm glad that maybe United were like, we don't want an injury prone guy when we've got loads of injuries.
Yeah.
So, Peter Irfan, get this. Nottingham Forest have signed Keylor Navas, the former Real Madrid multiple European Cup Champions League winner. They signed him.
Wow.
Nottingham Forest. So, is Dean Henderson gonna play before Keylor Navas? No way. Champions League winner. I think twice or 3 times he won the Champions League.
3 times, yeah.
Yeah, man. Big up Jungle, man. Red Green, always love. Doherty to Atletico Madrid.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy.
Well, you could say that. Of course, we need that Angero. Angero, we need players, but
no. Listen to what Ijero is saying. Something interesting. He's right.
Yeah,
we still need Sabitzer as a Donny replacement.
Listen, if you look at one of the videos on United Real Therapy that I did 3-4 days ago, I said two midfielders. Man United need 2 midfielders.
No, brother. Listen to what the brother said. He said Sabitzer is a Donny replacement, not an Erikson replacement.
No, it's not. This is the point. If you watched him, Ajero, if you watched him for Leipzig, he played as a 6, number 8, and a number 10. He's so fast. He can play left wing. He can play left back. That's what he can play. He can play multiple positions.
No, we definitely need him. If that's the case, we definitely need him.
Yeah, he can fill in for multiple positions. That's it. Spurs have signed that guy.
Wait a second.
Oh yeah. Jojo Shelby has joined Nottingham Forest from Newcastle.
How many players have they bought, man? And they're still getting more players. They're crazy. They're crazy. Forest are crazy.
They must be getting some kickback. There must be some tax.
That's crazy. They bought a ridiculous number of players already, and now they're buying even more. It's just crazy. Absolute crazy.
Nah, man, it's crazy. He didn't even get booked, did he? And we saw it on the weekend.
Oh yeah. Some people are saying someone said, "Oh, thank you, Andy Carroll, for causing this crisis for us to get Sabitzer." Someone said that.
Wow.
There's a very there you go. Look. Are you dumb, right? Justin Ho, are you seriously saying thank you to Andy Carroll for injuring Christian Erikson? Are you dumb? Yeah.
I don't know what.
I know what he's saying. It is a bit bizarre. I don't know
what Justin's talking about. No, I don't want any players to be injured. I want Man United to act.
Yeah.
I want Man United to go and act and buy players. So, and that's what I want. I don't want you to buy players. You always have to strengthen the squad. Always.
Yeah.
And to me, Erik ten Hag has to realize that my only criticism of Erik ten Hag, and it's a minute criticism, he has to realize he has to. I know why he's doing it. I know why he's not rotating. Because he wants to build the rhythm and the way of cohesion.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He wants continuity. He wants he wants to keep the form.
Yeah, and that's what he wants. But he doesn't understand that in the Premier League, Irfan, you have to, because you burn players out. And not even...
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He's going to learn this lesson. I agree. But then again, if you ask...
Let me explain it to you. Liverpool were going for the quadruple. Klopp was picking from 14 players maybe at the most.
Yeah.
Look at this season. Look what's happened to them.
Yeah.
They played too much football in 4 competitions. They were in all 4 competitions till the last minute, last day.
Yeah.
Burnout. When you don't have a big squad. So the Liverpool players, they've burnt out from last season. Try to win everything. He has to understand that he has to understand, Irfan, that he has to rotate in the Premier League. And
but who's he going to? The question is, who's he going to rotate with and win?
Well, now, Irfan, after tonight, apparently, who's fit? Who's fit tonight? Apparently, Sancho's back in the squad, and so is Martial.
We need them both. We need them both back badly.
We're gonna need them. Yeah. Ziyech deadly isn't signed in the damn long what?
Yeah, Ziyech deadline. He was supposed to go to PSG. It's not been done in time. Okay.
Yeah. Listen, Liverpool fan was the worst. In 10 minutes against Brighton the other day, it was on ITV. I watched the game. They should have had 3 red cards, possible red cards, in 10 minutes. Konate assaulted. He was a GBH fan. He gave him the forearm in the back of the neck to McAllister.
Wow.
On one-on-one, he's through. He's the last defender. He's already on a yellow card. Didn't even get a yellow card. And then Juninho, Fabinho, comes at the back of the striker, the young striker that Brighton have had. He literally hits him so hard that they can't believe what he's just done. And he's lost the plot. He's going around looking like that. Oh, doing this, doing that. Yeah. Like, this is the player that committed a foul, losing his head because how bad what he did to the youngster. Youngster couldn't even put his foot down. That was a straight red, no VAR. VAR didn't even. When it comes to VAR, Liverpool, it don't work. VAR never works for Liverpool. Never. Nobody can ever look at it. And then their captain, Robertson, on the day, McAllister goes for the ball. He stamps on him with studs. He gets a yellow card. It's crazy. Leeds have signed Weston McKennie. That's who they signed. So we're going to be playing them both. Crystal Palace have signed that Lokonga guy. Is it Lokonga? They've signed him on loan from Arsenal. This is for you, Irfan. It says, Irfan, imagine the players Arsenal were attracting in the summer having won the league. Don't rule out Mbappe.
This guy's crazy.
For saying Miasi, I have to put the mask on. Say Miasi, with what money? How much are that Mbappe going to cost? How much Jude going to cost? The shisha needs to be tested. There's something in your shisha. I know you're getting giddy because you've signed Jorginho tonight. Jorginho, but you are now literally jumping for the stars. You've not even gone to the clouds yet, and you're jumping for the stars. And
but he's at the moment. All the Arsenal fans are on cloud 9, aren't they? They can't believe this season they're having. So I don't mind Zayn having a few chucks and jokes.
On how much?
Come on, they've been through. Like we've been through hell for how many years? Yeah, how many years have they been through their hell? Let's be honest. It's longer than ours, isn't it? Yep.
Oh God.
Their hell is longer than ours, Nuruddin. Yeah. So let him enjoy it. Let Zayn Miasi enjoy it. Yeah.
Listen, I think the window's closed, people. The window's closed. Well, 5 minutes yet. Well, let's have a look. Navas. That's going to be the most interesting thing ever, Irfan. Who's going to be up? Who's going to play in net for Nottingham Forest? Navas or Henderson? Multiple league winner. Champions League winner. I think he's won it twice.
I think he's won it 3 times.
I think he's won it twice. If I'm not mistaken. And he's going to sit on the bench and watch Henderson. Are you kidding me?
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, Mackenzie's good. He'll be registered in time for Wales,
yeah.
Of course we needed. Of course we needed another.
Yeah. He's right. Andrew's right, man. He's right.
Yeah, we needed. Of course we did. And
we needed another striker there. We needed another striker. Never mind the midfielder. We needed enough for us to guarantee top 4. We needed another midfielder, and another striker.
Yeah, that Kamada kid would have been brilliant for us.
Yeah. The Japanese guy. Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta love Zayn, of course. He's helping an Arsenal fan. When you come out with these things, but I'm telling you, listen, I really want Arsenal to win the league, but some of their fans, not Zayn, I'm not saying it's Zayn, but some of their fans, they'll never stop talking about it if they win the league. Nuruddin, how do we approach tomorrow's game? Say we rest 5 players, De Gea, Casemiro. No, he's going to play them already. Beefy Bully. I don't know if you watch this embargoed section of his press conference for tomorrow's game, he is going to play the full team minus Erikson. I think Fred is going to play tomorrow. It's going to be Fred, Casemiro, Bruno in midfield, and a normal defense. Rashford will play, Workhorse will play, and Anthony will play. That's what's happening tomorrow, people. On the bench, he might have Anthony Martial and Sancho. He'll bring people off. Are you taking the mic?
Sanitizer deal off. Is that what they're calling him? Sanitizer, yeah?
The sanitizer deal is off.
Well, do you think they'll announce it tomorrow, Nurdin, yeah?
Well, Irfan, what happens that if you got enough of the paperwork done, what they usually do, because it closed at 11 o'clock, what they usually do, Irfan, is give you 2 more hours to complete the rest of the transfer.
Yeah.
So if you've got aspect of the paperwork done by, between 9 and 11, between that window from 9 till 11, Irfan, if you got some of the paperwork done for the deal, they give you 2 hours extra, like for you to complete the deal. Now, of course, listen, that's why I'm laughing at him. You have to laugh at him, innit? You have to laugh at him. You have to laugh at him. That's why we're laughing at him. He's probably an Arsenal fan or a Liverpool fan. Let us know, Jada Mantos, who do you support? Let us know. Who do you support, fella? Who's your team? Who's your team, fella? Who's your team? Who's your team, man? Can somebody find out who Jada Mantos supports?
Yedya, or it's Yedya Matos. Yedya. Yeah. Matos is a Latin name. Could be Puerto Rican, could be somewhere from the South American part.
Yeah. Ooh.
Right, Nurdin, let's summarize.
Harry
We've been on 125 now.
joins Leicester City.
Huh?
Say that again?
We need to summarize. We've been on for 125. Yeah.
Oh my God, Dave. Yeah, this is a bit of a breaking news. Chelsea sent the wrong documents for the Hakam Ziyech deal 3 times. PSG would appeal this tomorrow morning in a view or attitude from the English club.
So they've been messing them around, yeah.
3 times.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That is absolutely crazy.
Are they trying to sabotage the deal? Yeah.
3 times they've sent it, apparently.
Yeah, obviously they're trying to sabotage the deal. I don't understand why.
Yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, guys, the winners are Arsenal, who won the transfer. For the biggest spenders is Chelsea.
Yeah, they're the crazy ones.
But they're 21 points behind. Manchester United, for me, I don't think is good enough. Man United should have got another midfielder at the most. Another midfielder. Maybe a striker, but another midfielder.
Which midfielder, Nuruddin?
On loan, because loan deals, guys.
Yeah, I know, but which one? Which one was available? Which one?
Oh, another midfielder who they could have got.
Who was available?
Oh, there's loads of midfielders available. They were offered. They were offered the Japanese player. His agents offered him to United, the striker. They were offered, obviously.
Which Japanese one?
The Japanese player, Kamada. He's a striker.
Daichi one. Yeah.
The striker from
Frankfurt.
Yeah,
they were offered him.
Yeah, Man United were offered him. His agents were offering him for the loan, for Frankfurt. Kessie, there is Paredes.
Wait a second. So Kessie's available from AC Milan?
No, he plays for Barcelona.
Oh, sorry, he comes to Barcelona. So wait a second. He was
on the bench. He's been on the bench. Isco.
Right. Isco, no, but Isco, no, he's not. Isco's not been getting a game.
Anus Anwar.
And Hussein Anwar, yeah. Awar, Hussein Awar, yeah.
And who else? There was somebody else. Paredes was also United.
Oh, the guy from PSG, the Argentinian brother.
Yeah, but he's at Juventus, on the bench at Juventus.
Yeah, forget about him. Him.
But anyway, guys, we'll wrap it up there, innit? The winners are Arsenal, man. Southampton have signed they've signed a 6'7" striker from the French league. And they've signed another forward. So
they needed him tonight. They needed that striker tonight, Nerdin, against Newcastle.
Well, we offered Carrasco as well, Alien Tenno. Oh, we offered Carrasco. Wow. Hey, Nerdin, good to see you. Good to see that you guys got a midfield. Yeah, we got one, brother, but we got Erikson's out for the season, and Scott McTominay's got a muscular problem. A muscular problem does not take
Donny's out for the season as well.
And he's out. Donny's out for the season. We got 2 players out for the season, and then also we have to get him, but we should have bought 2 midfielders in. 2 midfielders. That's what we should have done. Anyway, guys, it's been a pleasure. Big up to the Nielsen. Amrabat, Barcelona tried, bro. Barcelona tried to tempt your boy to Barcelona, and Fiorentina said no chance. So big up to Fiorentina. Winners also in the transfer for not letting anybody go. But big up to every one of you. Please smash a like on the video on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Hit the notification because it lets you know we're live. Win, lose, or draw, Glazers out, bankers out. That's what we said. Bankers out, Glazers out. There you go. Arsenal need to beat Man City for me to believe. He's not convinced yet.
I believe that one as well. I think these 2 games against City are so pivotal.
Well, the first one is the 15th of February, isn't it?
Yeah, not long.
Yeah, 14 days. Well, by tomorrow is going to be 14 days, isn't it?
Yeah.
Big up Jarvis. Big up all the regulars, man. Carrasco. Apparently, we were offered Carrasco, but it's what.
Were you taking him?
I like him. You know, I like him.
What, the Is he Atletico? Yeah.
Yeah, he played. I don't know if he could play on the right, but yeah, could have got him in for the right. If we're gonna send Palestri on loan, then yeah. Beefy, love and light. Big up to everybody. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you don't already subscribe. Hit the notification button because it lets you know when we're next live, people. It's important, very important. I know lots of you are not on Twitter, so hit the notification button. Please subscribe to Irfan Rainey at Twitter. A lot of politics. He shares a lot of politics. Irfan Rainey, and also all the music. You can find him on Instagram if you're into music. If you're into left field, avant-garde, art, music, then Irfan is your man. Anything, any music from anywhere in the world, as long as it's the good stuff. As long as it's the good stuff.
Roots music. Man. Yeah, could be from Senegal. Yeah, could be from Cuba. Anywhere. Could be from Brazil. Could be from Jamaica. Could be from Trinidad. Could be from New York.
And make sure you also subscribe to Khalis Ramadan Lassi. Big up to him. So all you have to do is put at Khalis Ramadan Lassi, and you'll find him on Twitter. Some politics, a lot of football, a lot of Man United travel. Like I said, he's a travel man. Goes on, takes city breaks and all of that business. So
wait, Nerdin, I've never known. Is Kliss from? Is he from the West Indies? Where's he from? Kliss Ramdeen Lassi sounds like a West Indian name. Could be an Indian West Indian.
Well, I think he's mixed heritage, brother. 100%. Yeah, it's a light skinned mixed heritage, brother. Yeah. So big up to Khalis. I'm gonna try to get him on the channel. If we go, he doesn't have to show his face. He can just come on. But I'm gonna try to get him on the channel. We got Jarvis on the channel the other day, Irfan. Jarvis. Our brother from Norway. Our brother.
I saw it. No, I saw it afterwards. I saw it. Yeah.
Big up, Jarvis. Jarvis, come on the channel. And I'm trying really hard.
You say Tusen Tak to Jarvis. You say Tusen Tak. Yeah. Tusen Tak.
I'm trying to get Claire and Khalis. That's my next thing. To get Claire.
Come on, Claire's here. Claire's saying good night. Come on, Claire.
No, listen. I know. I'm gonna get her on the channel to speak. She doesn't have to show her face. She can just come.
She can show her face. You don't have to. You know, I don't understand what
she doesn't want to. It's they're up to them. If they want to show their face,
they don't want to. I get that. I get it. Yeah.
Last question is: how far do you think we'll go in an FA Cup? Well, we got a draw against West Ham. We did a live yesterday.
At least it's at home there again.
It's at home. Yeah. West Ham. We got West Ham.
It's at home, so it's not the end of the world.
Who's left in it? Who's left in the FA Cup? City. Who else is left in it? Brighton. Who else? Who are the big teams that are in it? City. Arsenal are out. Chelsea are out.
Brighton's in there. It's just City and us, really, I think.
Newcastle are out. Liverpool are out.
Newcastle got beat as well,
Spurs are in there. Yeah. Spurs are in there. Yeah, big up. Take care, people. We'll lose or draw. Glazers out. There you go, Irfan. Perfect pronunciation. Tusen Tak.
See, Tusen Tak. You know what? You know why, Jarvis? Because I spent time in Norway, and my uncle lived there for 40 years, and I've got cousins who still live there. So it's Tusen Tak. Yeah, and obviously he doesn't know we've got a very good friend who lives in Buda. Yeah, and I've been to Stavanger, I've been to Bergen, I've been to Oslo, so I know Norway, and I know there's a lot of Man United fans in Norway. But we got a very good, biggest United fan lives in Buda. You know, do you remember what's he called? Somnath,
yeah.
Somnath lives there, yeah.
My brother and sister live in Oslo.
Yeah, there you go.
30 years.
Yeah,
there you go. Big up, love and light, people. Take care. Win, lose or draw, Glazers out, bankers out. I'm happy with Sabitzer.
We are over the moon with Sabitzer. I'm over the moon with Sabitzer. I can't wait to see this guy play
another player. I wanted another midfielder. Yeah.
Wow, he's saying Buda is close to where I live. Wow, Buda's right on the edge. He's miles away from the rest of Norway. You know, he's middle of nowhere, Buda.
He's only got Jarvis has only got 1 hour or an hour and a half of light.
Wow, yeah.
In the winter. Crazy.
Wow. He'll have to tell us the place where he lives, and we'll ask our friends, because I was supposed to go to Buda last year, but I didn't get a chance to go. But I've been to Oslo a few times, so I do like Norway.
There you go. Well, I only like Norway in the summer, never in the winter. Peace, love, light, glazes out, bankers out. Always, people. Take care.